My name's Rosie from Total Chiropractic, and I'm here today to talk to you about ways to avoid injuries whilst gardening. So if you're like me and you like gardening, you know how easy it is to get out there, spend all day in the gardening and then end up with an injury afterwards. And particularly at this time of the year with digging and pruning, I tend to find back injuries and elbow and shoulder injuries tend to be the things that crop up. So how can you stop this? Number one is warm up before you start gardening. So rather than going straight out there and doing your heavy digging, walk around the garden a bit, move your arms and legs around, get your blood flowing, get your muscles warm, then start doing your gardening. Number two is about how you approach what you've got to do that day. So alternate your tasks. Spend some time doing your heavy digging, then have a break and do a lighter task like deadheading, and then go back to a heavier task like heavier pruning. That minimises the amount of stress on your body, and if you break a heavy task up into bits, you're less likely to injure yourself. My next tip is to do with the way you move things like pots. So if you're moving your pots inside for tender plants that don't want to be outside over winter, then the best thing to do is to get someone to help you, because pots and soil can be heavy, and if it's waterlogged after the rain we've had, it'll be even heavier. So don't move them on your own, don't even attempt to drag them, get someone to help you, and that will avoid injuring your back. The fourth tip is to try not to do too much. So if you're going to weed an area, or if you're going to work at clearing an area, use landmarks in your garden to decide what the area will be. So between that tree and that shrub, and then stick to that. And don't do any more until you've had a break and made sure that you haven't already overdone it. And the last tip is about cooling down. So when you've finished your work in the garden, take a while, walk around slowly, let your body cool down a bit before you go inside and have a cup of tea. Maybe even do some gentle stretches, and that will help gently relax your muscles and joints, and you'll be less likely to have an injury. I hope you find those tips helpful. If you've got any other tips that you find to help you avoid injuries, or any particular tools you found to help you, then do put them in the comments below. I look forward to hearing them or seeing them.